Good morning. It's Karen from Sunrise Crocus. This journal is giving me a really hard time. I don't know if it's because I've got this cold that's just hanging on forever. Now my ears are blocked, so I'm just really fuzzy. But yeah, wow. I think I did like pretty well everything went wrong yesterday. I was trying to put it together. So this video is about everything that went wrong. And if I have time, I'm going to show you how I fixed everything, or I'm still going to fix everything. I don't know if I said, this is Karen at Sunrise Crocus. Please subscribe, and the videos will get better, I promise. Okay, so here we go. This is what went wrong. Okay, the cover, first thing that went wrong, you guys saw it in the other video, was that I accidentally cut through the spine and ended up having to make a new spine. So that was the one big mistake, and I fixed that by making a new spine and attaching it with this medical tape to make it strong. Well, first I made the replacement spine too short, and then had to cut it and glue a whole bunch of pieces together again a second time to make it the right length. And that was just me, I don't know, not being observant. Okay, and the third was that I used the wrong medical tape. The glue wouldn't stick to it. The glue wouldn't stick to it at all. And you could see like it was raising up before, and it's still not completely stuck there. See that? Right there. Anywhere that tape was, it didn't want to glue. Okay, and how I fixed that, what I hope, is that I stitched right through it, so hopefully this held this down. Still a little bit of a gap going on there. I might do something about it, I might not. I'm not really sure. Okay, then I accidentally bound it through the wrong holes. So what happened was, as I was binding in the signatures, where's the middle here? Not too far. I always put the back one in first. So when I was binding it through, I did one through this hole, one through this hole, and then one through this hole. And it was completely off kilter. And then I thought, well, maybe I could do the other side, the exact same mistake, and that way these would cross over. So I did that. I bound the second one so everything would cross over. But what ended up happening was that the space here was wider than here. So like it was like, gee, it was kind of, if you can see, instead of it being nice like this, it was like this. And I just didn't like the way it looked at all. So what I ended up doing was cutting the thread and starting all over again. So wasted a lot of the thread, but I will use it for something else. And so then, while I was actually sewing it in properly through the right holes, I split the thread. I sewed through the thread, so it was hard to pull it tight. So that one I fixed by very meticulously sewing backwards back through to get the part undone, so that it wouldn't be through the thread anymore. I think I was very lucky. It was quite easy to do that, but that seemed to work. And then I had measured these all so meticulously to like rest in the right place, and I couldn't understand why they were doing this here and this here. And so it turns out, because these were pages that were already in another book, some of them anyways, they already had holes in them. So when I was sewing through my holes, I accidentally sewed through some of the other holes, and it ended up being all off kilter. And I thought, oh, I did take it apart once and do it again, and I ended up with the same thing. So the lesson here is make those holes a lot more pronounced. So I think next time I will go to my usual and use the Crop-A-Dile and make the small holes that way, so that way they're a lot bigger. They're not, I wanted them to not really show up a lot, so that's why I was doing it with the needle instead of the Crop-A-Dile. But okay, I've learned my lesson. All right, and then I put my signatures on the wrong sides, meaning that what am I meaning? It's like I've forgotten. I'm trying to remember what it was that I did wrong after sewing that. And I can't remember, but I'll come back to it. And then once I had the signatures in, I like jumped ahead and put these eyelets through. What I had meant to do was glue these down first and then put the eyelet through. But now I've gone and put it through ahead of time. So how I'm going to fix that is, I think I'll paint this, and then I will take the part I like the best, or I don't know. I don't want to lose any of it. I really like the picture. If I have a hole here, it's not going to look good. Maybe I'll cut a little part out like that. That look weird? Maybe, but we'll give it a try. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and try to fix that. So as you can see, like everything, I think I made like every mistake there was to make, and pretty frustrating, but I think hopefully we'll end up with some good surprises of things being fixed after this. Okay, so in the end, I really want to put these on here whole, so I knew if I made a hole through this without this part around, this protective part, it would end up fraying and just getting knocked around by the strings I'm going to put through there. So I decided to do a little half circle through it and then glue it as best I can so that nothing will lift up. Okay, it might look a little bit odd, but I don't know, maybe that'll add to it somehow. Maybe I could string on something decorative to just go over that. Oh, wait a minute. Could we do something like that? That might be kind of interesting, don't you think? Maybe I could do one on each side, and it'll make sense. Oh, okay. So the way that I lined it up properly was no measuring involved, just eyeballing it. As I took my 1-inch hole punch, I saw where it was over here and lined it up in a half, went in about a half, and then wished for best luck. And let's see, oh, it worked. Okay, good. So now I could just glue it down and fasten it real well. Try to make sure there's no little sides that are going to be caught with these strings that I'm holding it together with. All right. Okay, I'm back. I just got too tired standing. This stupid cold's holding on forever. I hate to be complaining about it so much, but I'm so done with it. Oh, on the wrong sides. Now I remember what it was. So I sewed one in, the first one, with the threads ending up on the inside, so I could tie a bow or whatever. And the next one, for some bizarre reason, I did it from this side. And so now I ended up with these on the outside here, and I know if I cut them off, they'll look, I don't think I like the look. I don't know. And anyways, I'll figure out a way to fix that as well. Okay, but Okay, I've got my glue and got my little thing. This thing at the Dollar Tree at Christmas, I bought a pack of like these face masks, and I threw them into my daughter's stockings. And this came with it for applying. And I thought, well, this is going to be really good for applying glue. So I kept it for myself. And it's actually worked out really, really well. So you can find these at the Dollar Tree. But you might have to buy all the face masks. Which turned out to be pretty lousy anyways, because I ended up using one myself. Supposed to be moisturizing. Yeah. It did nothing. It did no moisturizing. So I'd say that it was a waste of money, except for, oh, why am I gluing it this way? Oh my goodness, this is just, okay. So I'm going to place the glue. See how nice and smoothly it goes down with this? Okay, boop. A cat hair there. Just petting my cat. Teddy the black cat. Just realizing he's like 17 years old. Didn't realize he was that old. And he's still very kitten-like and active. And, you know, he doesn't seem to be showing his age. Just want to make sure this part sticks well. Okay, good. Now let's try to place that down there in a way that, nope. Dang it. Okay, let's just go with it. There we go. And it was already too stuck. So now we've got this funky edge thing happening here. It's another thing we can fix after. We need some glue here. A little bit of glue here. And a little bit more glue here. Okay, that should do it. Okay, let's do the other side. The other side, we will actually put the glue on this paper instead. Let's see how that works out. Okay, so I need to glue on. To being, oh, I did it crooked again. Well, this will be my wonky book. Wonky, wonky, wonky. And now we got even more glue on the hands. Let me just. Let's see what it comes out like once it dries. Got that pretty well. I was thinking, I like this saying, but not so much this saying. So I was thinking I would glue this together and then cut it off pretty to make it a sideways pocket. What do you think? I think it's a good idea. Should I be adding some watercolor or should I do that afterwards? I think I'll just glue it now because I want to. So, actually let's let the half circle out there first so that we know what this is. Okay, all right. Okay, watch it. There we go. Okay, so that's down there. Put the paper in between so it doesn't glue onto it. Okay, what should I use? I could do something curvy or something with a punch. I'm going to take a quick look through the punches. Okay, I do still have one sitting upstairs here. That is from, let's see how this is going to work. Oh, okay, that's going to look cute. And let's line this up somehow. There we go. Okay. Let's again. Line up there. There we go. Oh, that's pretty. You can hardly tell though. This is a pocket. I wonder if I can get this through there again and make it a bigger thumb hole. What do you think? I don't know. Okay, we'll go there, so it's halfway through the decorative part. Okay, that's definitely more visible. Okay, cool. So we've got our pocket. Let's see. Get some of this glue. Errors today, that's all it is. Okay, now what else can I do? I think maybe I'll, oh, this is some of the paper that I ended up coffee dyeing. I've been looking forever for like those plastic tablecloths to do this. I finally found one, but they were like, you know, like plate size, like I guess place setting size. And there were like 16 of them, and I had to buy the whole pack to be able to get just the one. But as it turned out, when I did these on the dining room table, I put all the paper out and then put as many of those down as I could. So I'm thinking having that many might be a good idea. I only didn't use about 5 of them. So maybe, I don't know, maybe one day, or I will one day have an Etsy store and I'll sell them on there. But I think they came out really well. I was so impressed. Oh, I'm so happy with it. Okay. So I'm going to have to plan some pieces to go inside. But for the time being, I'm going to let this stuff dry so it doesn't stick to itself. And I'll be back. Okay, here we go. So, While you weren't watching, I'll let you see what I did. I really didn't like all the white. So I went through and I watercolored almost all that was just plain white. And then I put paper in between so that I could keep going and not have to wait for every piece to dry. And the first one I must have saturated way too much because look what it looks like when I pulled it off. Isn't that cool? So I think that could be like a nice background on one of the pages somewhere. Maybe we'll go back and do that. So I just wanted to show you the pages real quick. This one, this one's very light, so maybe this is the one where I'll put like something like that on there. Oh, I like it. Okay, and another one. Oh, I just thought I'd really repeat these colors, and then I had this one page left, so I think I'm going to make like a little bag out of this to put in here. And does that look nice? I like that color a lot. And the yellow, and more orange. Definitely, because they're pastel, they're definitely spring looking. There we go. I think they came out surprisingly well. Oh, let me get some more light here. Yeah. See if that makes any difference. Should have done that earlier. Okay, looks all right. Okay. This is more. It's actually quite easy to do. I wanted to use up some I left white just because. But I did see how much of these paints I actually used up. They're almost completely empty. I can't really get any more yellow or blue out of there. So I don't know what I'm going to do with them now. And thank goodness I had some, oops, still not dry. Thank goodness I had not touched the black, and I thought I wouldn't use the black at all. But then this is going to be the topper. One of the pieces of the topper, and I didn't like that the edges were white. So I took it really thick and added it around the edge. And this is actually a part of the cover of that book with the nice sayings in it. So I think that'll look nice. So what can I do with these leftovers? I have like I have a desire to just soak it in a thing of water and let all the colors meld together and see what happens. Probably end up being, yeah, a big brown muddy mess. But hey, brown's nice. Okay. Oh, that color came out nice. They did wrinkle a little bit more because they got wet, but they didn't seem to wrinkle that much. I mean, they kind of got a nice texture. They do feel a little bit chalky, but it's not coming off. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's definitely coming off of the glossy paper. It's not going to be that fun to write on. I like these colors together. See? The colors go well together. And some I splattered. Oh no, I think this was from the original ones I did. And then I just did the back of them when they were already in the book. Oh, look at that. Yeah, it really is coming off. Uh-oh. So what are we going to do about that? I don't know, Mod Podge or something maybe? Mod Podge. And there we are. Out to the back. I'm looking forward to get going. I had put a whole bunch of pieces together. So I think what I was thinking about okay, that's for the sides. Let me see. I was thinking about for this. Seeing if I can make a little frame around it with this, whether that would look good or not. Now, what do you think? I'm gonna let it go, see if I come up with anything better. I looked at all the paper that came in that little scrap paper pad bunch from the Dollar Tree, and none of it actually really is screaming at me to use it, you know, like none of it's, the yellow is too bright, the off-white's too off-white, well, maybe not, no, it just looks like it doesn't belong there. Give myself some time to think about it. Okay. Alright, so I had prepped some pieces I was gonna start getting done in here. Alright, first off, to make up for this horrible edge here, I was thinking I would do something like this, or something like this. I don't know, what do you think is better? I like the flat end better. One there, and one there, and it would kind of take the attention away from this part here. I think I'll do that. Okay, let me get to the other side. Still got room in there. I spent that much time looking for it, but I didn't find it in like one or two places, and I thought, okay, but for sure, a fabric store would have something like that, and they had this. So it's not the same brand, but it's made by H.A. Kidd and Company. Oh, Toronto, Ontario. Anyways, so I bought this, and I've been using it ever since. It's lasting me forever and ever and ever. And it's really good. Bonds fabric, ribbon, canvas, paper, cardboard, styrofoam, wood, ceramics. Fast setting and dries clear. And apparently it's non-toxic. So far this stuff has done me good. Okay, let's try to get the rest of this done. You up nicely. Flip this guy over. Okay, let me just make sure that all the little bendy parts work now. Might need to glue that a little bit better. And that part's done like a charm. Okay, good. All right. I might need to come back to it later to touch it up, but and maybe put some glue on the end so it doesn't fray. There we go. Okay. So I'm happy with that. I'm gonna keep it this way. You know what I'm gonna do maybe? One piece of waxed paper. Slide it between these two so that it doesn't accidentally end up sticking. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yay! Okay.